I told you there was a simple way for you to be able to pay all of your bills with your credit card so that you can be able to get cash back, points, and rewards? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you my exact strategy on how I use my credit cards to pay all of my bills so that I can maximize getting the points and cash back to be able to take trips. Now, this year, I've already taken 2 trips, one to Vegas and one to DC, where I just got back. And I'm about to go to Chicago, and I've been able to use all points and cash back to be able to get my flight and hotel. So let me show you how to do it. Let's get into it. So y'all, are you using your credit cards to maximize being able to get cash back, points, and rewards with paying your bills? Now, for me, I want to make sure that all my bills are paid on time. And usually I'm able to pay all of my bills by the 15th using this strategy. So first, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have wrote down all of our bills so that we know when is the due date and what bill are we going to be paying. And so really what we want to do is we want to do a budget so we know how much money we have coming in compared to going out. And we really want to get organized so that we'll know how much that we have left over as well. And this is going to be the foundation for us being able to make sure that, one, we're paying all of our bills with our credit cards, but we're not paying interest. Because right now, with using credit cards, the credit card debt is almost like what, $1.7 trillion. So there is a way to be able to use credit cards, but even though we're using credit cards, that doesn't mean that we have to have a lot of credit card debt. And so I want to show you how I make sure that I'm paying my bills on time, but I'm not paying any interest on the credit cards by doing this strategy. And I'm able to get points and cash back and rewards so that I can go on these trips and stuff like that. And so we want to make sure that we're doing our budget every month so we can make sure that we can pay all the bills on time. And so, two, we want to see what bills we can pay with our credit cards and then which bills we can't pay with our credit cards. So for me, I'm usually paying about 90% of my bills with my credit cards. So let's say like my utilities, my cell phone, all of my bills, food, dining, groceries, I'm using my credit cards to pay all of those bills. But then on the other hand, my State Farm, my mortgage, and my student loans, I don't pay with my credit cards, and I pay those with my checking account. So I just do bill pay to pay those. Now, the good thing is, let's say if you live in an apartment, y'all, you will be able to pay all of your bills on a credit card. Well, it really just depends, because let's say you can use the bill credit card to be able to pay your rent with your credit card. So this means that you don't have to be late on any of your bills because you can use the credit card to pay it and then pay it off within the month. So I don't pay my mortgage with a credit card, but man, I wish that there was a credit card out there. Now they do have servicers like Plastic to where you can pay your mortgage with your credit card. But see, the only thing is it has like, I want to say maybe like a 2.9 or 3% service charge to be able to do this. And like if you pay your mortgage, that could add up. So I usually don't try to use those type of services to pay my mortgage, because it's just like, since I'm going to be getting the points and cash back, that's going to eat it up. But in the past, I have used Plastic. Let's say if I was trying to get some rewards and stuff like that, but it's usually going to be very, very rare that I'm going to do it. But if push came to shove, then I have this option out there. But you'll have to just make sure to check to see which bills you can pay on your credit card and which bills you can't pay on your credit card. So for me, I pay all of my bills with my credit card, and then all of my purchases I'm using on my credit card except for 3 bills. And so next, what we want to do is, one, and really this should have been number one, we really want to make sure that we get all of our credit cards to see which credit card is going to be best for us to use. But then also we want to find out, do we have any balances on these credit cards? Because if we have balances on these credit cards, then I think that it's probably a good point to not use this strategy, because if we have debts and we're trying to use this strategy, then it can really put us, spiral us out to where we're putting more debt on the credit cards. And so I think for this, the best way to do it is to just, write each credit card down, see how much you owe on the credit card, but then also what is your credit limit on those credit cards, so that you'll know where you're at, but then also what is your credit card utilization. And so lastly, we want to take a look at our credit card statements to see when is our due date and when is our statement date. Because what I do is I will pay the balance, maybe like 3 days before the due date, because you don't want to pay it late and sometimes it'll take it 2 days for it to post. And so you don't want to be waiting around and then it accidentally doesn't post, when it's supposed to, if we're trying to pay it on the same day. So it's best to pay it, maybe a couple of days before, but then also look on your credit card to see when is your statement date. So I always like to let either 7% or less report to the credit bureau so that I can show usage. And then this also helps to increase my credit score, because if we go onto the Experian site, it states if we want to be high achievers, we want our credit card utilization to be 7% or less. And so I think that it's always good to show usage of the credit cards, because especially, right now I hear that some of these credit card companies are closing accounts again. So we want to make sure that we're showing usage on the credit cards, but not paying interest. And so maybe a few days after the statement date, and then if I know that my creditor has reported to the credit bureau, then I will go ahead and pay it off so that I'm not paying any interest on the credit card. And I think if we can do this, I think it's a win-win, because one, our bills are getting paid on time, but then two, we're getting the points and the cash back. So let me know in the comments, are you using this strategy to be able to pay your bills on time? And let me know, which credit card are you using to be able to do this? Because that's another big thing, because each credit card has, different rewards associated with it. So let's say with my Chase Southwest credit card, for that one, you get 3 times the points for paying your streaming. But then let's say with the American Express Gold card, for dining groceries, you get 4 times the points. But then right now, I'm really using my Hilton Honor Surpass, because I can get 6 times the points for dining groceries and gas. And then I really like to use I'm really liking this card, the City Platinum American Airlines card, because right now I'm really just trying to get a whole lot of points for airlines. So I'm using that card along with my Southwest credit card as well. So let me know which credit card you're using to be able to accumulate a lot of points, and if this strategy works for you. I hope that this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you'll be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time. For a way to keep track of your monthly budget, well, check out my 2025 digital budget planner. I posted it on my Etsy shop. You can go into the description and click on the link. In the budget, you have goal setting, you have a monthly budget, a debt repayment, you have a savings tracker. So check out the 2025 digital budget planner on my Etsy shop. It's not a game.